It's kind of hard when it was definitely 37 minutes ago when he was shot. They said he was shot up to 6 times with other gentlemen.
So was he shot 6 times or was 6 shots per?
It looks like it said he was shot. Nipsey Hussle reported shot 6 times in front of his store.
Yeah,
say it again?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, in Los Angeles.
You're not too far from the swap meet because it was on floor.
Yep.
Wow.
3 people were shot at Nipsey's store, with one of them passing away at the hospital. No word yet on the status of Nipsey. After the shooting, one person reportedly fled in a vehicle. Complex has reached out to a rep for Atlantic Records. That's pretty next deal. People in the hip hop community have already responded to the news. Praying for my brother. Yeah, they're not reporting yet that if it was him or not that died.
They said one dead passed though.
One other guys died, but they're not reporting if it was Nipsey Hussle yet. But they are saying that he was shot at least 6 times.
Well, we saw what happened with King, right? When they took King to the hospital.
Who? Oh yeah. But you heard in that report years later,
right,
how one of the doctors witnessed, or one of the nurses witnessed them actually smother him.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like what X, when X was murdered on stage.
Yeah.
They gave him CPR. You don't give CPR to someone that has gotten shot. But you trying to put air in there, though.
Yeah.
So he suffocated him. Oh yeah, man.
It's sad though, man, because you got another brother that's been trying to do more for the community and bring awareness, and he's been positive. You might not like his music, you may love his music, depending on who you ask. But here we go again, where it's far too early in their life where we saying rest in peace again. You know what I mean? And so, where do you go from here? We got so much stuff going on in this world at this point. Praise. Where do you go?
Well, when you're trying to do something positive and prolific, Europeans, they take you out. It has to, as you see. Because they are in faith. You don't know when the uprising is going to happen. And they can allow someone of his stature with a following and a background to influence anybody else.
Yeah. It's sad though. It's real sad. All you can do is pray though. But I had so much other stuff going on. It's like this railroads everything.
Say again?
I said it's been so much stuff going on in this world.
Right.
And when you see stuff like this, once again you got a good young brother that's been trying to, even if he started off one way, he's been trying to give back to the community, be positive, stay positive,
And I don't want to use that word, I had to cut you off, brother. Try, because he has been.
Yeah.
He's been doing it.
You're right about that. He's been doing it. Absolutely. He's been doing it.
That's why I give him those kudos.
Yeah. He's been doing it since he's been in the game, for real. I don't know nothing about him before.
Right.
But it's a stigmatism on all LA rappers and all LA people. They feel like they in the game, or they gotta be in the game to make it and stuff like that. But this is definitely sad. How old was he?
That's a good question.
I think it was in the 30s.
Yeah, I'll give him early 30s, mid 30s.
Yeah. So if I'm looking at these pictures, I'm not sure if that's his head or maybe it's the white t-shirt that he had on, and maybe they got it raised above his head.
Right.
But looking at this, it looks like he got shot in his head. So
it was definitely a hit.
So if you swipe, you can see like him laying there, same red shorts, white t-shirt, and then whatever that is.
Oh.
So I'm hoping that that's not.
Yeah, dog.
Well, we know what it's about. We know where it stems from.
Right.
You know what I mean? And for me, you can sit and say, well, nah, it's conspiracy, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
Nah. You gotta be a fool to think otherwise.
And he was just taking pictures with kids.
Yep. And from the store, they said the store been open since 2017. So the store really ain't been open that long.
Yeah. Definitely looks like he's shot
His head, right?
What you speaking on, Jay?
Yeah, talk to us, Jay.
He said you absolutely do CPR on anyone who doesn't have a pulse.
Oh, okay. He talking about Malcolm.
You talking about Malcolm?
Yeah, he talking about what you said about Malcolm. Not
He hadn't even passed yet. What are you talking about? Go back. You want to get the EMT side of the game.
Oh, yeah. No matter how you look at it, though, y'all, it's crazy, though. You got another black man dead, man. Or because this is the
another
thing,
black soldier.
Yeah, we don't know if it was him or not, but it's still another black man dead. You know what I mean? Either way.
Oh, he said he overheard.
He overheard
about the CPR.
Oh, okay.
At least you was tuning in, brother. I like that.
Yeah.
My man.
So we gonna come back to this. We gonna keep it going. As much information as we can find out. We'll keep you up to speed. Keep you abreast to what's going on. We'll go ahead and kick this week's show off. So I got questions, man.
Talk to me
about your president. And I don't even know if
check this out. If you got any questions, talk to Mueller.
Yeah.
Huh?
You
ain't got nothing to say. Nothing.
He ain't been seen.
What do you say?
He ain't been seen at all. Did you? Let me ask you this.
Also, he's the pit bull of him.
If we go to this, do you feel like he went out the coward way? If we go into the conversation,
the coward way. Yeah.
Because to leave the decision in somebody else's hands, to me, is a cop out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You've been how many years has this been? 2 years, at least.
About that. If not right? 2, almost 2.
Who to go away? Who you want Mueller to go away or the president? Oh yeah, we all want him to go away.
He is needed, man. He is needed for the uprising. He is needed. He is necessary. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think he's going to end up getting assassinated.
I don't think
by one of his own.
No. He doing what they want. He doing everything they want to do. He doing everything they want to do. They gotta, to keep their voters, they gotta act like they don't agree with him. He's doing everything they want him to do. This is the thing, but I wasn't even gonna jump off on him. How do y'all feel about this Chicago Police Department and the mayor of Chicago?
About the
$130,000 they yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say I think it's more truth to the situation, but because Smollett has some Hollywood higher ups that he can run tell that on, and also what he's doing for the LGBT FAM movement. He was a pawn for that. It just didn't go the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, okay.
So it was a roll of the dice, and either way they were going. It was if it worked for them, great. If it didn't, then it didn't hurt them. So let's go ahead and pull them back. Mm-hmm. So Chicago pissed, right? Mm-hmm. But they gonna get that money, right?
But this is my thing. I think it makes first off, you already got people questioning the Chicago police department.
Right.
They real sketchy. You got all these murders over these last years, and it's your rate of solving these murders is not as high as it should be. With all the cameras that you claim you have, that should have caught this incident on camera. So are you telling me that the only place you have cameras is to protect a certain status of people?
I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna say that's across the nation. It's not only Chicago.
Oh, it's definitely not only Chicago. I tell you that.
It's across the nation, man.
Cause that's how your boy got jammed up with cameras. The New England Patriot guy.
The owner?
No. Well,
You know.
Aaron Hernandez.
Oh.
That's how he got jammed up. Remember, they followed his car all through all the way to the construction site.
Mm-hmm.
All the way to the construction site.
Mm-hmm. He was just he needed to be locked up.
I don't know, man. It's so much though. Like I looked into as the mayor, as the police commissioner.
Right.
Now we will never know the truth about what really happened. We just gonna go ahead and be honest with that, right? We will absolutely never know that. But I think it casts even more doubt on your ability to do your job if you're now chasing this money. You understand what I'm saying?
Say that again?
It's more stuff going on. Like, even with your president, it's more stuff going on in Chicago. Let's just stay in Chicago.
Right.
There's so much stuff going on in Chicago. But you worried about $130,000 being recouped from this actor.
Absolutely.
But you got over 1,200 murders last year?
Yeah. But if the mass is not complaining, then we're gonna make our move. And that's what they're doing. Because they still ain't find Kaneki Jenkins murderer.
Man, listen. You know what? Listen, I'm gonna talk about that. Well, they wrote it off as accident. Yeah. Weak. Yeah, they wrote it off as an accident. You know what's crazy? A lot of people forgot about her.
A lot of people.
So no, it was. I'm sorry, I didn't want to report that number right. In Chicago, it was 530 murders.
Oh, he said they died, Joe.
Yeah,
he did die.
Wow.
Yeah, I just saw somebody post rest in peace. So it has been confirmed that somebody.
So that was a hit.
Yeah, that was a hit.
Yeah.
That was absolutely a hit, man. And it's sad because nobody will ever touch that documentary again.
Nope.
And it just shows the control, man, that they got. It just shows over again. Because if they don't want it out there, they're going to make sure it don't get out there one way or another. But you know they're going to try to tie it to gangs. They're going to try to tie it to everything else but what it's really about. You know what I mean? It's about not getting that information out there and people not knowing the truth.
Dang.
So I definitely want to say rest in peace to his family. I mean, rest in peace to him. My condolences to the family.
Right.
That's just crazy, man. Good God. That's just crazy. The power of the people.
I would like to see, you know how a lot of rappers was coming out, right, and speaking out when certain things happen. I want to see who come out and speak on that.
Well, I just seen Jim Jones and before this even popped up.
2 Chainz too.
So
It's already out. Just no, this was a real good dude. No, you know what I mean? Like prayers to the man, pray for Nipsey.
What up, Derek?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Tennessee.
Like you said, it was a hit, man.
They showed me right here. That was a hit.
Not a lot of marksmen out there that's in the gang violence, you know? So you ain't say the gang hit. They ain't violent, bro. That's part of the reason why, as you used to have black leaders, you don't have that anymore because
they scared to take a stance.
Just get the stand, right?
Yeah. But that's another reason why gun violence is, I mean, and they don't really want these gun laws. They want CPR.
Yeah. You said they don't want what?
That's why they don't want to do nothing with gun laws.
No.
Yeah.
You don't take the gun in my hand while you got one.
Yeah. No. That's what I tell people. I say, y'all gotta understand that, and this is what I've been saying for a while. You better get them. You better get them now.
Yeah.
You better get them now.
Let's load up.
Because if not, what's going to end up happening is what's going to end up happening is we going the gun laws is still only going to affect us. You know what I mean? No matter how strict they get on gun laws, no matter what they change on gun laws, it's only going to affect a certain amount of people. You know what I mean? It's not going to affect them. They will always be able to get more guns. So I tell everybody now, get them while you can. Get them. Look, they stockpile. Every time you see somebody like the guy that disappeared, that ain't nobody talking about, that was supposed to be trying to, what was he? National Guard. Worked for the National Guard. He got arrested for stockpiling all these guns because he had a hit list of Democratic candidates that he was supposed to hit. You haven't heard anything else about that. You also haven't heard that how the judge let him off.
No, I didn't.
The judge said that it wasn't enough evidence, and they had to come up with more evidence to prove that he was going to assassinate, even though they had a list.
The guns is mad.
And all these guns. But if it was us, we'd be in prison.
What?
We wouldn't even get out.
If one of us would smell it, we'd be in prison. Ain't no black man beating no 16 charges.
Right. I don't know, man.
I don't see no black man getting 16 charges dropped, right? And you walk out the door. No. You gonna get something.
You're right.
They're gonna give you something.
But you know what's funny? When the FBI first came in, you crossed the Michigan State. When you come in,
it's called multitasking.
Yeah. When you come in to when the FBI first got involved in the case, and this is what I don't understand about y'all president. When the FBI first came into the case, though, right? When they first got involved, they said that the Chicago Police Department overplayed their hand. They jumped the gun and they moved too fast without getting the proper information. So it was already holes in the story of the police department. This is what the FBI released, right? So when you come back around when he was released and he got all the charges dropped, right, your president, because it's a national embarrassment, that's what he considered, right, a national embarrassment. So now he wants them to look into it further. But if they were already looking into it,
that's what I was saying to you. So
what else are they looking into?
This is the show, brother. That's all.
But this was funny. So the president didn't come out and speak out about this, but he didn't speak out about he did speak out about Charleston because it was good people on both sides. Even after he ran that lady over. During the riots and he said it was good people on both sides. Or when the guy killed the people in the church,
right?
He ain't had nothing to say about that. When the school got shot up, he ain't really had nothing to say. But you going to set time aside in your schedule to address Jussie Smollett lying to the police.
You know why? Because when you're the HNIC, you can do that. You can do what you want. You can say what you want. As you see, he's time and time again, people they trip me out when they be so surprised on how he.
And that's the thing. I think at this point in time, I don't think nobody is surprised. I think people just it's at a point of disgust.
Why?
But you know what? And this was because I get into you all the time.
Necessary, man.
Listen, I get into you all the time because I do vote and you don't.
Right.
But this right
here. You
here.
see how I said that?
But this right here.
So watch this. My vote would have kept him out. Negative.
No, it wouldn't. It would not have.
Since you do vote, who's in the electoral college?
Say it again.
Who's in the electoral college?
What do you mean who?
Who? What does it consist of?
Yo, I don't got
How
that.
many people with it?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
And my man Cat say, you know the old people's in it? You know the new people's in it. They got basketball team?
Not at all.
They got chain squad.
So why they mad for what?
No. So why you get up and go to nothing and get in that line? You didn't know who you participated
That's
with.
how I came up in my house. It was a rule, and my mother still called me to make sure. So, you know what I mean?
I hear you, bro. Hey, Mom.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. I would never claim to know everything.
Not at all. Yo, that's one thing I was telling the dudes at the show the other day. I was like, fellas, the day you stop learning is the day that you die. Information is endless.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's endless, man. And if you have that notion that you did know it all, yeah, you did, man. You did know it all.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But Trump know it all.
Yeah, you see how that? You see how that? I can't really.
Getting it in, man. He making it happen, guy.
Yo, what's real sad? It threw me off this. I'm completely thrown off, dog. I'm all off my game because of that.
When I was on the ride, down, and I was listening to the report, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said to myself, I said, they're not going to say that, bro. They're not going to.
33 years old, dog.
How many kids do you have? I know she was married too, right?
No, but they was about to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was going to get married.
Oh my God, yeah. They just did the photo shoot and everything.
Yeah.
Man.
I actually saved them for
Oh, you gonna do the blood?
That's crazy.
Yeah, they wasn't gonna say that, bro.
I forgot about that. I was just calling.
Yeah, I actually saved the photos of them in my phone because they were so dope. He literally told her she was stuck, like, we going to get married. She was stuck.
Why not?
And it wasn't an option. He was going to marry her.
Yo, that's crazy.
They got a son together, and then I think he had like another child or two other kids.
Okay.
He didn't have a whole lot.
It's sad, man.
I think that was his son in the picture with him. Like, they just took a picture together. You know, he's still young.
So he is a real life cousin music artist and
Yeah.
Brandy. So him and Snoop is related?
Yeah. Look at him.
They do look, I mean, they look just alike.
Look at him. When he first came out, everybody thought that was his brother.
Nate Dogg.
Yeah.
RJ and Ray J and Brandy too.
I think
They cousins. I'm reading that.
Oh, I don't know.
He is a real life cousin, music artist, Nipsey Hussle, Nate Dogg, Ray J and Brandy, and Lil Half Dead.
Oh, is he right?
Okay.
I know of his name, Law. I know nothing that he's done. You know what I mean?
yeah, that was him that he just took a picture of. That I just showed.
Was that his son?
That was his son.
His
Yeah,
son
you
was
know,
there?
boys like he's about to turn 3 this year.
Oh, so
And then
well,
he had a door.
and this is the crazy thing, I'll guarantee you, whoever pulled this trigger, somebody he knows.
Yeah, it was standing there.
Always,
watching
bro.
his clothes.
Man, I got $1 for it, y'all.
In front of his kids.
Well, but you know what? No. I'm gonna take that back. Because it was a headshot, and depending on how close it was, they shot him in his head, right?
Yeah, that was a headshot.
Yeah, man.
One of them anyway.
I'm gonna lean more towards someone with skill of a handgun. But if it was in close proximity, then yes. Yeah, you really disrespectful. Y'all hear that?
We need
Or the air? Yeah.
Why they got film? I'm gonna tell you how media is bad at everything they do. So I'm looking at it, I'm doing research on it, and it has Lauren Money, former partner. Already, dog.
Already. Former.
Wow.
Already, dog.
Former.
Like, oh, come on, man. Like, yo, but you know what? And this is what we can talk about too, yo. The media is trash, dog.
Yeah, accept that.
It's
You
so,
say that there's a little league.
it's so, like, they don't have no regard for people, you know what I mean, and feelings and what people going through, what people dealing with, yo. It's all about being the first person to drop the information. That's all we care about. It's knowing that I was first and I reported first. You know what I mean? Like people love TMZ. Dog, I hate TMZ. I hate TMZ, dog. Just because like, it was crazy because like, and like, people do stuff wrong all the time. People got stuff going on. But like, I feel like that's what TMZ is out there for. That's all they care about.
Right.
Is finding out the dirt and being able to report the dirt first.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's no respect, yo. This
No.
social media, all of it, it's no respect. You can't give that man and his family an opportunity to mourn, yo.
I was sitting there thinking when you said that about the media, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they do. I can remember the news was the main call of putting out false information, blowing things up. But and when you said that, I had a flashback immediately, man, of being in the market, right, with my mother as a child. And you remember all you would say the social media magazines, with all the crazy headlines and titles.
What was the one? The Inquirer?
The Inquirers, things like that.
Yeah.
That was the social media event of that time. But it has become digitized, and everybody and their mother is grasping on it. And to piggyback on what you were saying, because before, like I said, it was something major.
Yeah.
And they would try to spin through the news.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They would try to spin and make it this and make it that.
But at that time, before social media,
right,
it was just that what it was.
That's it.
And it was people read it in line, put it down, and went on about their business. Some people.
Because I went to the houses and I would see like you buy this? Yeah. You paying $5 for this mess? Mm-hmm. But it's entertaining for them, right?
Yep.
So speed up 20 years, you got social media, and every site wants, like you said, want to be the first to report. Mm-hmm. But it's disheartening when it's your own that want to be able to stab the first blade first. Okay. Let me get them first for that check. You know what I mean?
I think that's why a lot of people had issues with Gail King with the R. Kelly interview.
That was the main one.
I didn't have a problem. Listen, I didn't have a problem with Gail because I think R. Kelly went at her, right? Like I think he asked her to do the interview.
Was you here when we had that conversation?
Yeah. But that's what my true belief is that he was.
Here's the thing. No, you weren't here for that. You weren't here for that. You had the plumbing joint. We talking about it, right? And from what I understand, he did. But when we was talking 2 weeks ago, I said that I gave the example of Monique when her brother went on Oprah to tell what he did to her as a child, right? Yeah. And when he called Oprah for the story, Oprah called Monique and said, "Look, you don't want to come on. He's gonna give his side, yada yada yada." She said, Monique said, "Well, maybe he's changed, so I don't want to stunt that. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him do that, but I don't want to be a part." Yeah. Oprah negated to say that it was the brother, 2 other brothers, the father, and the mother, right? When he came to the story, told a spill, Oprah didn't give her the extra pieces of the people that was coming. He reached out also to Barbara Walters. Yeah. He went to Barbara Walters.
And she turned it down.
Barbara said no, and then called Monique and said, "Well, look, if your brother called me up, yada, 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 I'm not touching it." out of respect for you, I'm gonna let you know what it is, and I don't want no parts of it. That is a white woman. So even though you trying to get that check, you're trying to elevate, you're trying to grow, certain things you should see what it is and understand what it is and don't want no parts of it. When you are a part of a bigger agenda, then you're going to. The same way with Oprah and Michael Jackson.
Now that I would
Same
never
thing.
support another Oprah Winfrey anything.
You should support, watch this, Oprah or HBO.
Oh yeah.
Because the FBI said we see nothing here. Mm-hmm. And the public took that.
Yeah.
But now Oprah and HBO supersedes the FBI?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
But the fact that, I go back. Okay. We'll be right back after this.
WMSK OnlineRadio.com. Original show. Ever wonder how the credit card companies make their money? Well, think about this. If you owe $25,000 on 5 different credit cards and you make your minimum payments every month, here's what it's going to cost you. Are you sitting down? You'll shell out over $13,000 in additional interest, and it's going to take over 13 years to pay off your original $25,000 balance. That's how they make money. Now it's your turn to fight back by calling the Debt Solutions Network. We'll work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. We promise we can and will reduce your debt. Call right now for a free 15-minute debt analysis. 800-593-0292.
If you're on standby.
me.
And my guy to my right,
I'm just him.
yeah.
I'm just him.
You know, we were talking a little bit off air. We went back to Nipsey, man, because this is real crazy, man. Like he had a lot of projects he was working on. He had a lot of stuff he was doing positive and amazing. And it's crazy because this doesn't just affect his family, right, or his friends. We gotta look at the youth that he was impacting. You know, the community that he was putting all this work into and trying to have a positive outcome. Like this affects so many families. And the crazy thing is, it's gonna be conspiracy theorists about everything. They're gonna say it because of the documentary. That's why I happy. You know, then that side, the other side of the fence is gonna be saying, oh, it's gang related, it was gang ties. Somebody somewhere is gonna be blamed for it. So not only with that person that's gonna get blamed for it, gonna be affected. But you still got two people that live that more than likely know.
They may not know. It's gonna be an unsolved game.
Oh, it's gonna be unsolved, but what I'm saying is you still got two people that's living that was involved in the shooting.
Oh,
they may not
yeah.
have seen the person that pulled this trigger.
So
their man family, not only are they watching their back, but they also now more than likely they're gonna go after whoever did this. So it's a never ending cycle, and it keeps going, it keeps breathing.
And that's why I say that part I don't know. For them to retaliation, right?
Yeah, retaliation.
They're going to blame it on gang violence. I'm not putting that on. I'm not putting that label.
No, I will not.
So they may not know who it was. You know what I mean?
But what I'm not talking about the people that just know them. I'm talking about the two people that got shot as well.
That's what I'm talking about. They may suspect who it was.
But they may have seen who did it.
If they saw who it was, by being a hit, then nah.
You don't think they're gonna retaliate?
Because by if they saw who it was and by being a hit, no, because they may saw who it was, but they don't know who that was. Get my drift?
But what if they did? Because I'm telling you, to get that close to somebody, dog, hit him in the head. They still, I want to know what caliber.
They hit Malcolm in the head, though. They shoot him at. That was long range.
That was a rifle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, dog, like, I don't know.
That was a rifle then. This is 2020, 2019. I gotta take this up to it. It's 2019, man.
I don't know, dog. It's just
Got impact handguns now. Like we got impact wrenches. For it to be gang violence, I'm gonna have to go on someone opposing. You know, someone that he knows. Jeez, man. I mean, cash moves everything around.
crazy.
You know what I mean? So I mean, it depends on what that check was. But watch this though, and I'm gonna go on your theory. If it was gang violence and someone that he knows, they would be dead tomorrow, if not tonight.
I agree with that.
They took that money, right? Did the deal, did what he did. Huh?
That's sad, man. Like you know, and I worry about the kids that's around this situation. First off, no child was dead. So and this was crazy. If the child was with him, Laura wasn't around. You understand what I'm saying? Because it was just going to be a regular day. You know what I mean? And it's like, come on, dog. Like, it's sad, man. It's real sad. And, you know, you get to a place in life where they don't want us to have handguns. They don't want us to carry, you know. But man, how do you protect yourself? How do you protect yourself?
Well, one, license to carry, and two, like I said, by him doing that documentary, it's a beautiful thing that he's doing that. But a lot of times when you attach your name to it, you become a target. Because and I will venture out to say, in the conscious community, you saw no one touched that. Yeah, he had the balls to do so, right? Then no one touched that, man. Now that I think about it, it's speaking on a lot of things, but no one touched that. Especially to the point of digging. They may have referenced there, he was murdered, this, that, the other. Yeah, but they didn't start digging and peeling that onion, peeling them layers back.
Yeah. Oh, this here is gonna open a lot of eyes, dog.
Yeah. And you know what though? And hopefully that he hasn't died in vain, because it should pull the veil off of. It's not everybody's eyes, but it should unveil some other eyes though. It should awaken some folks.
It should definitely awaken some folks. I'm thinking this just happened in DC, man. This over the past weekend. So you had a father and son. The father was arrested. He was in the drug game. It was a thing where they was fighting over territory. He was arrested at 18 years old. When he got out of prison, his son had committed an armed robbery and was arrested and was serving 10 years for armed robbery. So when the father got out, the son was going in. Right? Basically, everybody followed the same footsteps. Well, the father came home and did great things, though. Like, he got a prison reform thing going on. He's reacclimating. He started a program where he can reacclimate prisoners with families and getting jobs and stuff like that to make it go positive. Son comes home and father touched his life. You know what I mean? Got him, pulled him in, and now the son is doing positive things. Yeah, son is doing positive things and everything now. Was dropped off in front of the hospital over the weekend where he was pronounced dead. You know what I mean? And so the father hasn't really spoken out yet, because he was like, I'm being honest, like, I don't know how I'm going to recover for this. He was like, the genocide is happening within ourselves, man. We can't fight the racism. We can't fight everything else that's against us if we don't continue to commit genocide ourselves. You know what I mean? And this is the thing, like, as much as we say, and we had this conversation the last time I was here, and we were talking about how can we change things over. You know what I mean? How can we impact everybody? How can we change? How can we make things better in our community without taking over our community? You know what I mean? Because you got people that's scared to tell on this.
Say it again.
Remember we was getting into it with Glenn because we were talking about snitching and not snitching and what it is. But unless we change how we do it, we're going to keep it. We're going to stay the same.
You know what I mean? They live on the block like yo.
Oh yeah.
Where you at, man? Call in. Put the tag on for me.
Yeah, it's a lot. I think that's all right.
That's what I'm saying. So,
but I think he associated the word of God. Because in his case, I don't look at it as snitching.
No, it's not. Snitching, like, look, we explained that.
Yeah.
You are affiliated with something. And one got jammed up the other thing. You're going to want to tell it. But when you're trying to rebuild and reform your own community, again, you may be fighting in the street with some young people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that's going to have to happen. As well as casualties is going to have to happen. Like you just said, the brother, when he came home, did the whole reform thing, and his son was murdered, by him saying he don't know how he will react there, absolutely his son was taken from him, so absolutely. But that's part of rebuilding. You have to destroy and rebuild. And within that, there's going to be casualties, man, on both sides. In order for you to turn shit around, it's going to have to happen. You know what I mean? Even like those that took a stand for Nipsey, for instance. Nipsey, for instance, someone will have to pick that torch up and continue to carry that. You don't have to put your name on Front Street. You don't put it out there. Just get it done. Get it done and put it out. If you have to put someone else's face or name on it to do so, put it out. One thing for sure, two things for certain. I have watched, especially with white folks. You may not like something, you never heard something. Yeah. And this go back to you, Real. You said, was I going to take your boy out? Nah, they ain't going away. They may not like him. Your president, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But you're going to have casualties on both sides to turn the shit away. You know what I mean? Because you're going to have young cats that's going to fuck. And the only way to continue to move forward, the adults is going to have to go hand over fist, you know what I mean, and send them to the dentist because they're going to get that resistance, which is natural. They're going to do that, and you're going to have bodies drop, right? But that's the only way to turn the thing around and to go forward. As messed up as that may sound.
And you know what? Because you get to a place where you don't want to incite violence. You don't want to.
But how do you combat violence?
You know, listen. You know, we had this debate before. We were talking about Malcolm or Martin, right? And Martin was like, you gotta pour out love. You know what I mean? With evil with love, right? No. I feel like you gotta match it with his own intensity. The only way to get rid of evil is to become that evil.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people is not going to agree with that. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But if you keep punching me in my face and I'm trying to hug you, eventually I'm going to punch you back in the face. The only way you're going to stop punching me is if I punch you back.
That's it.
If I'm trying to hug you the whole time, nah, dog, it ain't going to work out for me. You know what I mean? If I'm trying to show you love the whole time, but you keep punching me, oh, dude, I'm going to have to. The only way you're going to understand the love that I'm trying to give you is after I punch you back.
You had to hit the Gucci in his mouth.
Yeah.
You're going to have to.
It's sad, but that's really where we are. You know what I mean?
They don't want the bloodshed. They don't want this. But that's what they know.
But see, this is the thing. They didn't know. It's not about they don't want the bloodshed. They don't want them to die.
No, I'm talking about when people say, well, no, let's try to go the peaceful way, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they don't want bloodshed because they don't want them to die. As long as we die, they okay with it.
Well, you
Because
know,
they get us.
They are dying at a faster rate and they're not bursting.
Yeah. Oh, well, we got the birth down.
Oh, well,
Yeah, we got the birth down.
You see, us Latinos, we got the game,
We ain't got nothing else on the wall. We got the birth down.
Yes, sir.
Hey, they say practice makes perfect, right? If we ain't got nothing else,
Right.
we can do that, you know? But no, it's real, though. It's real. And it's you know, it gets to a place, though, and it's sad because when I look at my son, and then I think of the word, I want my son to be respectful. I want my son to, you know, be a positive impact on the world. I want him to, you know, I want him to do good things.
Right.
But this cold, hard, cold world, dog, I need him to be able to protect himself at any cost. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can only be great if you're able to live to be great.
No doubt.
I can't, my son can't be great at anything if he's not here to be great. And that's what all our kids, you understand what I'm saying? And that's, so what do I teach him first? Do I teach him respect their elders, you know, do this, you know, compromise, or I teach him to protect himself at all costs?
I'm gonna say teach him both. Because in teaching him both, he has to know. If you don't teach him both, he don't know where the line is.
Yeah, I mean,
he don't know where that person crossed the line. You know what I mean? So you have to when you teaching your son to play basketball, you don't teach him to play offense only. You don't teach him to play defense only. In any sport, right? He has to know how to play both. When he boxes, it's just one-on-one in the ring. He got to learn offense and defense.
Yeah, you're right.
So you have to, I would say you have to teach him both.
You're right. You're right.
I agree with that. To go with what Jesus said.
Yeah, I agree with that.
A lot of times, though, the person teaching don't know how to do both.
Yeah.
So when it trickles down, which we at now, when a lot of cats just don't know how to have that balance. You know what I mean?
And that's why I say this, yo. My mother was the greatest thing that ever happened to us. Right? But she got better with my stepfather.
Say that again?
My mother was the greatest thing that ever happened to us.
Mm-hmm.
But she got better
Balance.
with my stepfather.
Is that balance? Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. There was things that he showed us. There was things that he made us understand that no matter how hard she tried, she could never do it. I don't knock single mothers because I was raised by a single mother for so long. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But my strength, the strength of my mother showed through when she got married.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. It's crazy because by that time, well, my father wasn't gone yet. My father was out there. He hadn't passed away yet. He hadn't passed away until I was in the 10th grade. But him coming in and offering a piece that he offered made my mother a better mother. He didn't take nothing from her, the mother she was.
Right.
He made her a better mother. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I think a lot of times people tend to get it mixed up when okay, I'm gonna go ahead. It's a shameless plug. You know, my book I'm looking on.
But man, ain't no shameless plug. Plug
You
it.
know what I mean? My book, basically it's called Thanks Mom, but no thanks.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it basically touches on you gave me so much, but now it's my time to go. You know what I mean? Because, and I believe this wholeheartedly, there's no woman walking this earth that can teach her son how to be a man.
No.
There are things that men need from other men.
Right.
You know, and I think we get caught up in the thing where it took the fathers out in the household and it broke the household. That is 100% true. But that don't mean that you can't get something from the uncles and the grandfathers and you
don't have to be in the house.
And you don't have
to be in the house. You have to be active. That's all.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I had a great stepfather. My mother's grandfather was awesome as a man.
Right.
And but I learned more from just dudes in my neighborhood that were older. It was rules. Now they didn't always do stuff that was right, but there was some rules that they taught that I find myself going back to some of the stuff they taught me now as an adult. And not always going to stuff my mother taught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the way my mother would taught me how to handle something is totally different than how a man taught me how to handle it.
It's supposed to be.
You understand what I'm saying? It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because your mom is generally, and she's a nurturer by nature.
Right.
So she wants everything to work out. You understand what I'm saying? She wants both parties to walk out of this situation. She wants both parties to walk out of the situation in good standing. And sometimes good standing ain't where the ass is at. Sometimes you gotta put somebody on their ass to get your point across. I don't want to teach my son to be an attacker or aggressive. But at the same time, I don't want to teach him to be passive either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a happy balance, and he just gotta figure out when it's his time. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what man is. This Nipsey Hussle girl, this dude. Oh, go get me a bean pie and a bow tie, dog. Like I need a whole nother mission, man. I need to be on like, dog. I'm messed up about this right now.
Man, yeah. It's disheartening, man.
Yeah, dog. Like, it's in every situation. There's gonna be somebody out there that don't agree with you as a man. don't agree with some of the things you've done coming up. You know what I mean? But we all learn from our mistakes, and hopefully we live long enough to be able to correct some of the things that we did wrong coming up. You know what I mean? Because at the time we was doing them, we didn't know they was wrong. We didn't think they was wrong. You know, you know that's why you got the Bill Cosby situation. Because when it was going on, he didn't think nothing was wrong with it. Because everybody was doing it. Right. 50 years later,
that phone call. Hope it's legit. Ain't got time for the BS. Let's see what it is.
hopefully we get it.
Thank you for calling True Big Radio. What it do? What it do, ATL? How you feel? Who's this? What's up, man? How you feel, home? Yeah, slow motion, bro. I'm trying to make it without taking it. You heard me? Well, respect, bro. We appreciate that, man. Salute to you, bro. Ah, absolutely. Indeed. Yes, rest in peace and rest in power as well.
Yeah, man, it's crazy right now, man. One more stand up, everybody goes ahead up, man. Stop the wrong man.
That's what I'm talking about. Respect to you, man.
Alright, man. Have a great night.
You do the same, be safe.
Yep.
All right.
It's crazy. That's much appreciated for the call, man.
Indeed.
It's crazy how everybody, man, when you're going on your timeline now, the respect is being shown for this young dude, man. This young king, man. 33 years old, he made an impact on a lot of people's lives.
Yes, sir.
And all of these people's lives are going to be affected by this situation.
Young and old.
Young and old, man. Young and old. It's crazy, man.
Man. Oh my God.
We in a time though, we really gotta take it back, man. Like the worst thing that ever happened to us was money. As a whole.
Say that again?
The worst thing that ever happened was money.
I think the worst thing that happened was integration. That's what I think.
You know what? That's a very interesting conversation piece right there.
Integration.
Because a lot of people disagree with that, but it's a lot of people that agree with that. Yeah. We've tried so hard to integrate ourselves with them. Wow. And what we did was poison our neighborhoods in the result of integrating with the man, what they call the man.
But see, watch this. And I want to stop you right there. Because if you call him the man, how would your wife or your lady or your kids look at you if you call him the man? You feel me? Now, when integration screwed us up and we want to sit at the same table with them, drink wine and break bread with them, but then we also took on their characteristics, their traits, their customs, etc., etc. So going back to calling him the man, then yeah, he probably is the man. If you're gonna be the boy.
This is the thing though. If you think about it and if you put it in perspective, how think about years ago when we all said, man, it's no black serial killer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Every time we say it's no black this, it's no black that, there becomes a black this and a black that. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
It's real crazy how, when you had school shootings and stuff like that, when you had Lee Malvo and your boy running around, sniper, DC sniper and all of that stuff. Before that, we said for how many years it was no, and then you get that.
Say it again.
Well, for years before, everybody said how it was never any serial killers that were black, or you had this, and then you got the sniper, DC sniper. And it's funny how whenever we sing, there's never been one of these. You turn around and you get exactly that.
Well, going back to his story, I think, first of all, I think anybody that joins the military and is sent off in any kind of battle situation, they're going to come back 100 times worse than it was. You can't do boot camp for 2 months and go fight somebody who's been living their life that way. And when you come back from seeing such detriment and murder and this bloodshed, you can't come back to the States and think that everything is going to be okay.
So
And you can deprogram it.
Yeah, it's two things that I want people to understand.
Talk to me.
There's two things I want people to understand. There's two places, and I was never in no war, nothing like that. I'm not in no place.
Yeah.
Only war I've been in is in the streets of Baltimore. But there's two things that people got.
That's a war I would fight.
Yeah. You cannot come home from prison or war and think things are going to remain the same.
Yes. Yes.
There's two things that people don't understand. It's two things, and that's the craziest part about it. War and prison, things stand still. You forget who you are to become what you have to become to survive in those two places. And once you get to those places and become what you need to be to survive, it's that much harder to return back to reality. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's that much harder. Somebody that's in prison for 10 years, it takes him 20 years to adapt to society. And for the military, somebody that's in for 8, depending on how many wars you've seen and what kind of devastation you've seen. One of the things I used to tell people is, how do I fight a war and I don't know who the enemy is?
Muhammad Ali said it best.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm not going over there because they ain't call me nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'm going deeper than that, because this is the thing. If you look at it now, bombers have been kids and women. When we go over there, you're trying to protect the kids and the women. But then they're the same people that will turn and put a bullet in.
I beg to differ on that.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Because take it back to that turn. When I had this conversation with my homeboy, he's 63, 5 now, and he couldn't understand when Nat Turner decided to rebel, he killed men, women, and children. I said, well, brother, when the time comes, they all have to go, because they have been conditioned and trained to be just what their parents was. So if I'm going over there for that reason, then yeah, they all gotta go, man. It's sad and horrible as that may sound. They don't grow up to be what?
The same.
So they gotta go.
Check this out. If I'm sitting beside somebody right now that I look at as a child, and this child can spew hatred, and this child can spew racism, and this child can spew all these different thoughts.
Right.
You think that child came to those thoughts by himself? Nope. That had to be taught, and that had to be examined. So for the only way you can get to this point is through the teachers. Sure. So we don't learn coming up to hate the white man. I think we learn to tolerate, and we learn to form our own without interactions.
Depending on who you born.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I figure the further you go down south, you might have a different upbringing. But think about it, hatred wasn't taught in your house. And think about this, most of us that came up, even though we done been through all of this stuff, the first thing they wanted to put down faces was a Bible. They wanted us to go to church. They wanted us to
So hatred was taught in the house.
Well, hold up. It depends on how you interpret the Bible.
Go on.
I mean,
let's go. Let's go.
You know what I mean?
Well, no, I'm gonna say this then. If that's the case, growing up in my household, I grew up as Jehovah's Witness.
Yes.
You're my cousin. You get this fellowship. I cannot associate with you as a family member until you become reprieved. I think the term is. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's reprieved. Jeremy, double check that over for me. I think that's reprieved. When you are reprieved, then you can resume the communication. But when you become disfellowship, I'm silenced towards you, and you're silenced toward me and everybody else. You're shutting out.
Well, you know,
That's a form of hate, though, man. Because if you're my family member, a friend, different. A family member, that's blood. And because you did whatever you did, I'm supposed to cut my ties so you can feel some kind of discipline.
But you know what that also is?
Talk to me.
It's power
For whom?
for the person you're going to teach.
How so?
Because
How so?
if you do that to the point that you disown your family, that they gave him the power to control you as man.
You talking about, say, the elders of the congregation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was lost for a second. Yeah, absolutely.
See, so listen, we all believe in God.
Reprove.
Else,
There we go. Thank you, sir. Reprove.
Okay. So the Bible is. Oh, I gotta see though.
You gotta think, you know what I mean? Think before you speak, baby. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Go.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I'm not gonna take credit for that.
Yeah.
That's the just, AKA Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the chisel, baby.
It's just crazy how many different teachers there are.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3 books. It depends on what version you read or how it's presented to you. But it's all about power. The Bible has always been about power.
It is.
And a lot of people don't understand it.
I have an issue though because even going back to slavery, the slave was praying to Jesus to please save me, get me out the situation, yada yada yada. Meanwhile, the slave master is praying to Jesus as well. I want prosperity for my family. I want growth. I want the best X, Y, and Z. Somebody wrong, man. Somebody wrong. Because God, watch this. The United States pray to God just like the Chinese pray to their spiritual figure. The Asians. I don't know. I'm trying to think of another country that we have fought against. Everybody has a spiritual being that they pray to, right? At the end of the day, they all go to the same.
Yeah.
But somebody is wrong. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Bin Laden, quote unquote, was praying to somebody.
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein was praying to somebody. What's my man from Umar Gaddafi was praying to somebody. And a report just came out too about how he was murdered. Umar. Yeah. I don't need nothing from the Americans. I don't need nothing. I got my own money, got my own gold. Go do this. Oh, he gotta go. Take him out. You know what I mean? So everybody's praying to the same God, but and in the end of the day, they got various names, but they all point to the same entity, right? But somebody wrong, man. Somebody is right and somebody is wrong. Could it be everybody?
Could it be everybody?
I'm asking. I'm saying.
Could it be everybody? Could it be nobody?
Oh, love it.
You know what I mean? You know,
love it.
I think. Listen. I think we all need somebody or something to believe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We need somebody or something to praise. We need somebody or something to ask for guidance. We need somebody or something to make us believe that there's better out there.
Right.
Or there's more out there. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it could be everybody's wrong, or it could be nobody's wrong. But it's all about the person that's receiving the message and how it's interpreted.
True.
And then how you take that interpretation and lead the masses. And I think that's why we have issues with a lot of different pastors. You know what I mean? Because everybody interpretations. And one thing that we don't realize about people is human beings are flawed.
Yeah.
Then they will always be flawed.
Always. Yeah.
Temptation is poison. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what tempts the soul will break down every human every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And temptations of the heart are even worse. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why, the Bible can be sometimes looked upon as a drug as well. When you have drug addicts that call it quits on their own and then they run to the Lord, a lot of times they become so engulfed in the Bible and the readings of the Bible that they quote the scripture.
Right.
But because their mind and their thoughts are tainted, their interpretation is totally different from anybody else's.
Right.
And I think that's one of the biggest struggles that a lot of us have. You know what I mean? And I think that's why a lot of people struggle with certain pastors and how they deliver the message.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you got people that love Jamal Brown, and then you got the same amount of people that hate him to death.
You don't like Jamal Brown?
He probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
Question, why should I?
yeah, man, it's Sunday evening. Ain't Sunday morning.
Why should I? Give me a reason.
Because he wants the best for you and your soul.
Everybody else did too. But why do I have to like him?
Because he's up to 12.
No.
Pastor T.D. Jakes is up the club as well.
Do you
Yeah,
like
I love
Pastor?
him.
Why do you love him and not Jamal?
Because for one, he's an elder. He's been doing it long enough. I don't trust Jamal.
Why don't you trust him?
Because I just don't. Anytime he can't be faithful to his wife, he definitely can't be faithful to his wife. I'm good.
So you gonna say busy with DoorDash? What?
Who said that? So let me ask you this: if you found out that T.D. Jakes was
Your boy said fuck Jamal.
Thank you.
Who's that? Oh yeah.
You supposed to be a bad boy walking back to the morning, cousin.
If you found out that T.D. Jakes was committing adultery, would that change your opinion on it?
But that's one time that I would know about him. He's committed this several times and had a child out of it. So,
Oh, how many wives did King David had? Solomon. Huh? How many?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't believe it. He had plenty. But he was regarded as one of the prolific beings in the Bible.
So let me ask you this: does because of your adulterous ways, does that change your message or your purity of your message?
Has it changed his message?
I don't know. I haven't been in a while. I used to be a member.
Oh, his church?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm gonna be honest. I can be honest. Tell me.
I hope so.
So this is the thing that
In
happened
the future,
at the time where I was. At the time where I was, he gave me a message that I was willing to hear.
Okay.
He preached to me at the time. You know what I mean? As I've gotten older, not so much. But I think where I was at that point in life.
You remember that time?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. It wasn't working. But where I was.
Other times people would later. You know what I mean?
No. It was just, you gotta understand. I'm a street dude. Or I was a street dude, and so I related to his message at the time.
Okay.
So now as I'm gotten older, what I'm yearning for or craving is a different type of message, or it's more. I struggle with the church And one of the reasons I struggle with the church is because I think the message has changed. And it's funny because I hated church when my mother was making me go to church.
Yeah.
When I chose to go to church, I was getting the message that I thought I needed at the time, which was from the empowerment temple.
Right.
And now I'm seeing myself revert back to the church style that my mother had me going to.
Okay.
When they were more preaching from the Bible rather than their own interpretations or their own emotions or feelings. Like I hate to go to a church when he preaches about the congregations and the ongoings and the things of, you know what I mean, and all the stuff that's happening behind doors, and he brings
Was
we
it
come.
more speeches though or talent show?
It's kind of like a talent show these days.
I'm talking about when you resort back to.
No, more speaks, more teaching. I'm reverting back to a more teaching church. You know what I mean? Because it's things that I don't understand that I thought I did. It's things that I still want to understand and things I still want to know. You know, but at the time I was going to the empowerment temple, I thought I had it all figured out. Now I know going through life and the trials and tribulations of life and kids and stuff like that. Now, dog, I'm lost. You know what I mean? And so I need to understand more,
Right.
and then I can make a guided decision, and I can then in turn present that to my kids the way it should be presented. Because I would rather present the word to my children the way that I feel like it should be presented than depend on any other man. And I'm not even gonna say man, any other human being.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Woman, same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say human being, man or woman, any other human being, because I feel more comfortable and more safe within myself than I do allowing them to go out here and get the teachers from somebody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I can't rightfully so get the message across to them until I fully understand the message. You know what I mean? And if it's not in the church, then it's just with life experiences. And that's what people don't understand.
Right.
You can believe in God and you can do it all. You can believe in God and you can do it all, and just not be a part of the church.
Right.
You know, people depend too much on human beings to guide their way of life. That's my thoughts.
But you know, and it's crazy because growing up in the Kingdom Hall, right? And growing up with the music inclinations that I realized I had later on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I'm in there, I could appreciate the teachings that they were giving, various ones, because it was teaching, it was giving instruction, it was giving guidance and direction. And the times that I had, especially like say when I first married, I would go to visit various churches. And even though I enjoy the talent side, I didn't come here for that. That's not what I came here for. I can do that in my house. You know what I mean? I didn't. And if that's what it's going to be, then balance it out.
Yeah, no.
It was more so a talent show for 90 minutes and then probably 10 minutes or 15 minutes of some kind of instruction or discussion or teaching.
Well, you know where we come from, Baptist or Christian, whatever you want to go by.
Right.
You get raised by your choir, dog. You ain't got a choir.
It's crazy to me though because
people have started going for the choir rather than the word.
And that's the problem. I mean, it's not a problem. No, it's not a problem. Because watch this. When I'm mentoring the youth and they're sitting playing hooky, right? It's been times I would roll up and see 5 or 6 dudes in the corner and maybe 2 on mine and the rest of it their homeboys. Right? Not my own kids, but my own mentees. And then with their homeboys, I say, yo, it's 5 dudes on the corner? Where the girls at? The girls in school.
Yeah.
Go to school with the girls at. Okay, now once you're in there, now hopefully you can start maneuvering and educating yourself here and there and getting the benefits of the school. But if the girls draw you to the school, then so be it. I take it. I meet you where you are. So if the singing and the choir bring you into the church, okay, cool. Now once you're in there, the instruction you get is something totally different.
Yeah.
But whatever brought you in there, if it's the women that brought whatever brought you into that house of God, quote unquote, cool. And you can get something from that. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to church for no talent show, man. Just to, you know what I mean, to hear the choir or the band.
And you know
or
what's sad? It's a lot of people that's going there just for that.
just for that.
Just for that reason. To get everything else that's going on. And all of what's going on.
That's problematic. And how do you grow with that?
And that's the issue. What message did you get out of that? Now, the music can get you through some depressing times. Yes?
Sure.
But when it's time to make life decisions, the music can't guide.
No. Not at all.
It can't guide you at all. It's sad, man. It's sad. And you know, it's crazy how the death of one individual, dog, even as young as he was, can change the whole concept. Because that's really what just happened, dog. I came in here with a plan today. I had stuff written down. I was ready to go.
Yeah.
And just when I saw
You saw my tag earlier, right? Yeah. I had a whole lot of them on the
I
line.
had a whole lot to talk about, dog, but I can't get off the fact that this is a good young brother, dog.
Yeah.
Far beyond his time on earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we will never know what his full potential was.
And as you notice that they killed the Grace at a young age.
Yeah, I was ready to say that.
Because at a certain age you lose that oomph. So in your 20s and your early 30s is dead. By the time you're like 35 it's gone. And as you notice, look at the greats. I can't quote the ages, but Malcolm and Martin, Medgar Evers, all died, was murdered, I'm sorry, under 35. Tupac,
Well,
as great as he was.
Malcolm X was 39.
Okay.
Malcolm X was 39. Yeah, Tupac, man. That was another brother.
See, Malcolm X, that's
that was
different
because
at his time he was wilding for a long time. So as he came into who he was, he had to go.
Oh, they both was 39.
Mm-hmm.
So Malcolm and Martin was both 39.
Okay.
They were still young, dog.
It is.
That's real
It
good.
is.
You said Medgar Evers.
You how old right now?
40.
When last time you played a game of basketball?
Probably like 3 years, dog.
you see my point?
I got the win on you, man.
Right. You lose that oomph.
Yes, and I ain't going out there losing these little young kids. They talk too much.
Mm-hmm. They asked me the day to play again, and because I know that I do, because I pulled my chest, I just want to feel it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to break that joint up, but I was like, no, I ain't with it.
Yeah. We'll be right back, man. We got so much going on. We'll be right back. Medgar Evers was 36.
194.
So all I was saying,
Gotta go.
It's late.
Yeah.
You trying to drown them out?
Trying to drive the vacuum.
Yeah, that was crazy. So she went right in, right?
Yeah, that's it.
They probably bet you in the same day.
Listen, it was crazy because when I saw these pictures, yo, from their photo shoot.
Oh, you mean it's you?
From Nipsey and Shorty. I was like, damn, man, that's what's up. I was a good looking ass couple, son.
Yeah.
That was a good looking ass couple.
Picture perfect.
Yep.
Tariq got a live joint out there at Nipsey store now.
Cool.
Tariq, that's you.
Oh.
He's color joke.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dropped out of school, I'ma teach myself. Make my first meal on my own, I don't need your help. All black, Tom Ford, special wing. City council week, nigga, I hustle speak. $1 billion project, about to crack the stick. One of our investments has become strategic. Summer on 18, man, success. I just make my partners look like cheese. We was in the ring, but it was Wednesday. We took a journey, turned it to a scene. Anything I wanted, everything I needed. Gotta pass yourself, something about your brain. Gotta have it all, something about your wrist. I took my name and called it in the singing.
Hey, why are you young? My bad. All right, bro.
I flash back on that, at the beach, 20 deep.
You know, Bob,
Jam, then they release.
the boy was real quiet when Tupac
When he
was
stands,
real
I
quiet.
see three. Thought you panic, so I make a switch seats. Driving now.
See how this
Police,
goes.
bird, flying now.
See, if he remain quiet.
He posted something, but like something quick, and then he got a video of him really this together.
Yeah, he ain't gonna go away because they won't use that back. We'll catch up on some loose deals. I take a boat to the spot, flush your phone till you back on live.
I'm actually going to get right into it. And you really want to know how. How can I blaze my own path? How can I be successful? How can I follow the path that someone else has laid for me to be successful?
Sitting on deuces while I learn. Still can rap music cause I want more. All money, yeah, this just us four. It's just Cardi, it's just Army, it's just Grandpa. It's just Adam, it's just Black Sam, and both the facts. Where your 600 bands, where your rollies at? Where your Cuban links, where your rollies at? Where your big booty bat, stay with potions at? Where you hustle, where you run from the police at? Where you represent at hope, where the hope is at? Where you had to take an oath for you so set? Dealt with all the pressure, playing like you never noticed that. Amongst it all, put yourself on the map. Turn it to a booming operation, where your focus at? Where your 600 bands, where your rollers at? Where your Cuban leg, where your rollie at? I would rather shoot before I run. Pressure on my shoulder, where it done. You should try and do what we done. Make $1 million while you down. I would rather shoot before I run. Pressure on my shoulder, where it done. You should try and do what we done. Make $1 million while you done.
So if you could tell us how exactly and what deal you did to make your $1 million.
I can tell you, it's how I came up. Similar to coming out the grave, huh? Can't be acting like I'm just trying to get saved, huh? Get that nerve off your shoulders, step your game up. Can't be chasing, see, switch your ways up. And
off the loose, you gotta save up. So you won't probably fail trying to play us. Streets ain't for everybody, get your praise up. Ain't about your money, you just looking for a stage up. No, it's done, put up in your brain up. Stupid, you can't fake us. Like, we can raise us. Where you come from, where you get your name from. You was in the house, not with the runaway slaves.
You know what's following?
You ain't never in
Well, the LA, right?
You ain't never got it low.
That's it. Don't slow. That's been an awesome thing. You know, show it.
Yeah.
When you say the 24 that it comes out there, you know, that's what I'm telling you. I would say it would have been nice to run into you. You know what I mean? Wasn't too far.
You should try to do what we done. Make $1 million while you young.
Man, dude. All right.
Once again, it's on what you should be doing. You should have done something on WNSK online. This is True Grit. I got my clearly and my guy to the right.
Security.
Yeah, we need security. You know, somebody said this takes them back to when Tupac died. It's the same kind of emotion. It's the same kind of feeling. You know, you got a brilliant young brother that was taken out of here way too early. And you never know what he would have accomplished had he been able to live a lot longer.
Yep.
And so I echo that same situation, right? I echo that same sentiment. I echo, you know, we continue to lose positive young brothers that are doing right things, you know, deal with the situation that I was mentioned earlier in DC. But at what point do we get tired?
At what point? Well, as I stated earlier, man, I think the uprising may possibly come from the next generation. Not just from right now. But because you have there will be nothing left. If it keeps going the way it's going, there won't be nothing left.
You know what's crazy though? The next generation is probably the only generation that can do it. Because the next generation don't have no fear.
No, this generation don't have no fear. So the next generation, come on. Tell this generation right now you ain't getting the back of the bus. Tell them that. You understand what I'm saying? Tell them that to their face. You not sit your ass in the back and see what happened to you.
The funny thing is that's where they want to go.
Tell them or look at them so they hit the cross to the street. When you walking there, you can't walk on the same street.
Yeah.
When you see a white guy coming, you got to cross the other side. Tell them that. Tell None.
It's definitely not gonna carry.
No, not at all.
It's not.
Not at all.
It's not. And it's crazy because I was watching a clip earlier today, and it was two black men,
Mm-hmm.
and this white guy got out. He got in their face, and so you had one brother standing there kind of with his hands behind his back, and they were going word for word, back and forth with one another. And so then you had another brother. As soon as he stepped out of the first brother face and stepped into the next brother face, he got knocked the fuck out. And the brother said, I ain't the one who you jump in that face. You jump in my face, you better come with
Is
face.
that when the dog was out there with him?
It might have been with the white when he had that.
Yeah.
He knocked him the fuck out.
Man, ain't playing that, yo.
And I was like, dude, and that's but you know what? That's the tale of what we are right now.
Yeah.
You have some brothers that are right now in a position where they feel like if they protect themselves, they're gonna lose more. You got some brothers that like, man, fuck what I'm gonna lose. You ain't gonna disrespect me.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yes.
That's what it's supposed to be. Did you see the video? I don't want to jump tracks. But did you see the video of the father that was beating up, or the boy that beat his daughter?
I didn't see the video, but I heard about it. When I saw the video of how he hit that little girl, man, I wanted to find out where he was. She wasn't my daughter.
You understand what I'm saying?
She wasn't my daughter, dog. I wish.
Man, I've been up in New York.
But I'm concerned about something different.
Talk to him.
There was somebody recording it.
One of her friends.
They never knew.
Because here's the issue. That was the norm for them.
And that's my concern.
So, watch this. And that's the norm for them. The way the father retaliated with him and maybe another older guy, he's like, yo, hit him in his mouth. Hit him in his mouth. Yo, let me tell you. Okay? I've been arrested several times, right? Mm-hmm. Luckily, only did an overnight. You feel me?
Yeah.
Somebody is coming to get me. Somebody.
Yeah.
So I see this because Raven, she ain't with the whole boys thing, right? She ain't all that dick. That's a daughter in New York. She's 21.
Okay.
Yo, do you know how fast I would get? This is on the west side. I need about a week off.
Yeah.
Because somebody is going. I'm not gonna kill him.
Right.
But he's going to the dentist.
Right.
Trust what I tell you.
But 3.5 hours giving me you, I'll be in one.
No, she in White Plains, so it's full.
Oh, okay. I'll be in one.
Trust what I'm telling you. There's no way, in the way he handled it, I saw comments like, yo, he didn't want to go to jail. Fuck jail! You can get bailed off on an assault. You ain't got to kill him. You ain't got to kill him, man. But something has to be done, and an example needs to be set. Because the way she was whimpering when he was hitting her,
that wasn't the first time.
All I'm going to say is this, and you know the background we both came from, working with kids. If I sweat, you're going to bleed.
Yeah. Yes,
if
sir.
I sweat, you're going to leak.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
we ran into this way.
Sure, that man no way in the world, man. He would have been, the way she was sounding, it would have been to the 10th power or more. Because there's no way in the world. You're going to remember the next time.
Yes.
I remember,
listen, I'm going to beat you not for my daughter.
Huh?
I'm going to beat you for every woman you will ever be with.
How about that? How about it?
You will never put your hand on another woman for the rest of your life. But I'm concerned about my daughter because this wasn't the first time you hit her. And that's why it wasn't startling to your friend.
So I don't know what impact or the relationship they have.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because I think that if they have a relationship to a degree, that wasn't going. She wasn't flying with that. You know what I mean?
The daughter recorded the phone with his face because you could see her face or somewhere in there when she flipped the camera back.
I thought that was from the other video when she went live after the fact when she got beat.
No, That was, if you look at it again, you can see her, like, she flipped it from
There's no way to
all
work.
the, like, she was recording it. I think the girlfriend, whoever her friend was, she got scared and dropped the camera. I don't think I don't ever want my child, whether it's my son or my daughter, too scared to come to me and tell me that they've been hit, hurt, endangered, whatever, by anybody.
Yeah.
She wasn't telling somebody. She wasn't telling her parents, her father, nobody, that she was getting beat up.
Yeah.
I don't want my kids to get to a point. They're grown, even still. I don't want them to feel like they can't come to me. Period. I'm a female, but you best believe I'm gonna ride for my kids. You better.
You want to welcome Ree to the show? Welcome, Ree.
Whatever. I hate so much about violence because I've been through it. So I hate it. Like, I'm not, no, hell no. I don't ever want my kids to ever feel like they have to go through that alone.
Yeah, no.
I don't care if he pushed you. He did what?
Sure. And that's why I think,
No.
I know I'm not the best parent by far, but I think that my kids know that the lines of, no, I'm not gonna say I think. I do know. I do know because of things that I've heard.
It's verbal or physical. It's still abuse. I've been through both.
Absolutely. Look. You be living some stuff into everything.
No, I just hate it. I hate everybody. I hate when don't talk about it, but I know it needs to be talked about.
Well, it has to be.
Absolutely. So it's okay, but I just hate it.
And that's why I'm grateful that the person that I have evolved into, especially being a parent,
right.
That my kids they come with some doozies.
Right.
Yeah.
Some doozies, not
But
what
you
you like.
expect
What?
That, because we've been there. You expect that, though.
Here's the thing. I expect it, but I don't because a lot of kids don't speak to their parents that way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But because I think the way that I deal with mine to a degree, they feel comfortable enough.
Right.
I've heard things that those within the household have not heard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that was to ever take place, I would swear for the Lord that they please let me know. Because I have no problem going down and sitting nowhere and wait for somebody to go pick my bill up. You gotta do a GoFundMe, whatever you want to do. I'm going in. I'm gonna send him to the dentist. I'm going straight to the spot. You know what I mean? Hey, yeah. You ain't gotta look for my right cheek. You ain't gotta look for me. My right cheek, go you process me, all that good stuff. Bail me out, give me a bail here, whatever you want to do. Because that's not gonna fly. And I think also too, where situations arise and folks want to put stuff on, like with the father, for instance.
Yeah.
When you saw the comments and they said, yo, he ain't want to go to jail, you ain't have to record that.
They should have recorded it.
And I keep resorting to Malcolm because that's my guy. Malcolm said, you ain't got to talk to him when the sun is up. When the sun goes down, slide up next to him and introduce yourself. That's all you got to do. And when the sun rises, you right there. He ain't got to be dead, but he going to know the next time he put his hands on somebody. I remember being 12 years old, right? And this is one thing where you're growing up with father in the home. Me and my mother was in the kitchen, and we was talking about something. And all I did was I was like, come on, Mom. And my fist was balled up, and I hit the table like, come on, Mom, what are you talking about? My father ran upstairs, man, and he cold cocked me something serious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, I ain't do nothing. But as I got older, I understand. I overstand. Let me rephrase that. Because that situation could have blossomed into something else, right? So before it get there, he gonna pump the brakes. Let me check you. Get your mind right. And do it again. It's going to be worse. And I say that to say, I thought at that time, I'm being abused. This is child abuse. But But as I became an adult and a father, I overstand. Oh man, another guy, man. You know what I mean? Oh, that's my G. Yo, that's my man, 100 grand. You know what I'm saying? I can
You know
give.
what? And that's crazy because that's what we need.
Yes.
We need more of that, though. We need more of that because this is the thing. Yo, somewhere he got to fall.
Mm-hmm.
That little boy, somewhere he got to fall.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and where is his fault in this time? Because he should have reacted just as well. But that's the issue is a lot of times we as boys don't have that power to react like that. You know, and without that reaction, like it was funny because I don't like a liar and a thief.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They some of the worst kind of people.
And it wasn't the same.
And one the same. So my father did is, you know, I think we all, I never did, but you know, there's a lot of kids that you hit your mother first going out the door in the morning or something like that, whatever. A lot of kids have done.
I never went down approach. Like I said before, I changed her all the time.
Yeah.
And he kept going. Go ahead.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? So I don't look at that the same. As is it still, yeah. But I think it's one of those.
It's borrowing.
Yeah.
It's an investment.
Yeah. But
I am.
My brother took some money.
He's like.
My brother took some money.
Yeah.
From my mother at one point, and it was work money. I think it was an honor. This dude went straight up shopping. Those was fresh in it. You know what I mean? Straight up shopping, was fresh in it.
Yeah.
My mother crying, she don't know where the money at. My mom what? I ain't stupid. I know exactly where the money is.
Yep.
My mom was in denial though, because it was her number one. It was the favorite. You know what I mean? It was the favorite. It was number one. So we get home, so she said, okay, well, they were proof it was him because somebody saw him with all of it. It's this. Somebody saw him, they told on him, whatever, and they'll get home. My father wait a whole day, yo, dog, and I ain't never understood it. And he called all of us out there, like all of us. And he was also, he proceeded to whip my brother ass so bad, but he did it in front of us.
Yep.
You know what that made me never do?
Come on, man.
I ain't gonna never go on my mother first.
Come on, man.
And so that was the thing, dog, and at that point, I'm like, oh, dog, this ain't right.
Yeah.
Like, my mother, it was so bad, yo, the whipping was so bad, my mother had to go get my neighbors to pull my father off of my brother. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I still see that as whipping. So because of that, I never wanted to experience that.
Right.
So I didn't do what he did to get us to that situation.
Come on, man.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So where we seem like, but you know, now kids don't get that. Now kids don't get that from their parents. You know what I mean? It's a lot of them that don't see that don't have that person in their life willing to put it all on the line to teach them a lesson. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what it was. Because the wrong person would have saw that. Imagine it was social media back then, dog. What? Yo, he'd have been, listen. Yo, I think my brother got hit with a couch, dog. Like, he would have been all the way locked up, man. My mother actually, listen, when I read the child abuse laws now, we were absolutely child abuse, dog. You know what I mean?
No, we was not. No, sir.
So she hit my brother with an iron board, dog. That's child abuse.
That was your mother. Your father had to do that. But she had to grab whatever she had. Yo, I can remember me and my middle brother, we 3 years apart.
Okay.
Right? So he, you know how little brothers do, they agitate, right? He pushed me one day, man. I pushed him back. He hit me. I hit him back. He started crying.
You got trouble.
Yo, my father was like, push me like that. And he pushed me. I pushed him back, yo. And this dude went to work.
How old was it?
I was in middle school, so I was probably 13. I was 12.
Okay.
11 or 12, because I was in Northern at 12. So I'm 10 or 11.
Okay.
But he beat me, and I'm going to say beat all cats.
Yeah.
Because when his brother, my uncle came over, he goes, yo, you was at fighting school? What the hell happened? We're going to go get him. I said, no, your brother did that. Oh, well, you probably deserve it.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I understood, again, I understood why that happened. The other thing that told me so many, and it's wild because, like you say, when you don't have that, it's oh man,
It's a loss. It's a loss. It's a loss.
What's worse than a loss?
I don't know, y'all.
What's worse than a loss? Something's got to be worse than a loss.
It's devastating. Let's do all that.
There you go. That sounds better. It's devastating. It's a need, man.
It is a need.
Oh my goodness.
And listen, what people don't understand, it don't always have to be the father. It's got to be somebody.
Yeah. That male figure.
It's got to be somebody.
Yes.
If it's an uncle,
Yes.
if it's a brother, if it's
Yes.
a cousin, it's got to be somebody that's willing to put it on the line.
Yep.
For your safety. Because that's what, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's about how you will be safe. Because with this lesson, it's going to teach you how to deal with something else in your life. Because you're going to be hit with some of the same trials and tribulations once again in your life. And this ad written right here is going to teach you how to deal with that situation.
Yeah, no question. No question, man.
So it's, I mean, listen, I tell everybody, it's very important to have a male figure in your children. And it's not just for the boys, dog.
Yeah.
I think the girls need a male role model as much, man.
It is.
Because they need to know that it's somebody out there that they can depend on, no strings attached. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in a home with positive parents and positive, you don't have R. Kelly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's in broken homes when R. Kelly is.
Mm-hmm. But see, the conversation we had with Gil last week, where he didn't want to give his daughter some money for cash. My thought process was, whatever she needs, I got her. Right? Whether she messed up or not, or effed up, whatever, I got her because I don't want her to go to no dude.
Nobody else.
To do something strange with some shame, and then become the whole R. Kelly or whatever situation. You know what I mean? Ain't got time for that, man. Stop going to give what you need. Daddy got you. My thought process is, if whatever dude you're dealing with, if he can't do what I'm doing,
You don't need it.
then you don't need it. Flat out. You don't need it. What you say, Bree? Okay. Welcome back.
Once again, we appreciate you guys for listening to us. This is WMSK Online Radio. This is True Grit. This is your boy True Shade of Dawn. Got the queen to my left. My guy in the building.
David Nathaniel Edmondson Jr. Jr. I am my daddy's son.
And we out.
Peace.
And it's on.
That Cole ain't kick his ass too much.